experiment was begun by a scientist who discovered, quite by accident, these signals being sent. Please understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered.
Look out for Charlie.
I want him down.
Okay, first I want to show you something really interesting. Let's look at the views from these recent videos, okay? Here is some incident on a subway. There's 1,000 views. That's from 7 days ago. And then here's a 9/11 related video. Has 733 views from 6 days ago. Here's another 9/11 video. It has 639 views from 6 days ago. And another 9/11 video from 4 days ago that has 598 views. All right. Now, here's a newer video that should have less views. Some totally random incident in DC. It has 840 views. And here is a new video called Microwave Hilariously Calls Guy a Liar during demonstration, and it has 842 views. Don't you find it weird that the 9/11 related videos have significantly lower views than the rest of them, even newer videos? All of them, all three of them. Bam, bam, bam. So I just wanted to point that out. Now I want to show you some of my favorite comments that I've been saving recently. There's a lot of trolls and people that show up over time and say that I don't detect any voices in that at all. But here's the weird thing, and this is what makes these comments total bullshit. You have other people that are coming here and debating me what is being said, right? So it says in this comment, it says, it sounds more like I'm going to process them than miss them to me. So they hear that, which is good because they hear these voices in the noise. See, these people that come here and say, I don't hear anything, it's not my problem or anybody else's problem if you have piss poor ears or if your ears are poorly trained or if you have shit in your ears. It's nobody's problem but yours. It's also nobody's problem if you're listening to this on a tin can or on your phone or a tablet. You need to listen on good speakers, good headphones, or something that can pump low mids and do them properly. And you need to train your ears. You can't have shit ears. There's a lot of people that try to come here and talk about the audio, but they can't even pick a bass guitar out of a song or pick a buried vocal track out of a song. So it has a lot to do with ears as well and how well your ears are trained. So it doesn't matter how piss poor your ears are if you're going to come here and try to troll, mole, or shill. Now, here's another tactic that's being used lately. Since they can't really attack the information, they're starting to say a lot, cult, and comparing it to a cult. For real. This comment says, you should buy a bunch of property in Texas and open up your own brainwashing cult, dude. Seriously. And that's really awesome that they're getting to that point where these are the tactics. Because otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to attack the channel. And I'll show you why. This bot or this dumb troll, shill, or mole comes to the channel and says, yeah, sure, everything is a weaponized attack towards you. Sure. None of these videos are about me. None of them. This is some incident on a subway. They've literally resorted to the most low-level shit to try to say here. None of my videos have anything to do with me. My life in general. They don't have anything to do with me at all. So it makes no sense. And this is what they want to be doing, but they can't do that because it's not about me. So they have to do stuff like this, call me a cult leader, just ridiculous shit, right? Another thing that these people are doing are saying you should be criticized for not giving people countermeasures. And that doesn't make any sense. I'm not advocating towels or spacesuits or anything, steel plates, anything. I've shown people over the years what they need to do to get rid of their symptoms. And there are channels out there saying that it works. It's not up to me to find this information. It's up to the person. You can't give everybody everything on a silver platter. You can do what you can do, and if they don't want to take care of it, they don't take care of it. But it's funny that I just talked about it recently, and I've talked about it for years, and it says here you should be criticized for not giving countermeasures to people. It's basically what this person is saying. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and everybody that knows this channel and knows the body of evidence and information that this channel is knows that that's not true. There are multiple tactics to Fed posting. Like a lot of times they'll use the compliment sandwich, where they'll say, you know, you're doing good here, but you need to change this, or I'm just trying to help you, you know, where they sound like a friend, they come as a friend, or they try to get you into the conversation about something. This is a clear Fed post. I'm going to show it to you. And they use the Pepe avatar, and it says, help. Last night while I was in bed, I felt a shaking, like a jittering inside my body, like my phone was vibrating, but it wasn't. Then I got a whirling sound in both my ears and also high screeching. I felt like I was being attacked. I went and turned Wi-Fi off and put phone in airplane mode and it stopped. Y'all, this shit is real. This morning, I found a black goo substance coming from my left ear. I had the same thing happen in December and early January. Has anyone else experienced anything? That is a Fed post. And those are the kind of posts that don't stay up around here, because I won't allow anybody else who is naive to this to fall into the trap. That is absolute bullshit. It's not real. There are people that, you know, they're blasting my brain right now, and they'll post something like that, and it's like, nope, nope, nope. Recently, I went to the Emily Moyer channel. I hadn't really, you know, checked it out because I did the interview. There's no reason for me to listen to it. But I went there and just checked it out. And I was checking out some of the comments. Clara Luna posts, do you know who Lookoutfa Charlie really is? I do. Do you know he is a psychopath? I sincerely feel sad for all of you, and my heart already breaks. I am sorry. I know what it's like being in the dark. I used to be. The light burns, and it is painful, but to make it out of the dark, you must first come into the light. Really? As I was reading that, I was like, wow, that name looks really familiar. And this just went up, you know, right after her interview went up, it looks like. So I started going into my emails and checking for this Clara Luna person because the name sounded really, really familiar. And what do you know? On February 6th, the 6th, and the 16th of this year, I received 3 emails from this person before that interview went up with a question mark in the subject box of each one with these files that I will not open. 3 movie files and images and shit that I will not open up. And this person is trying to send things into my inbox and then going online and saying that I'm a psychopath to people. What do you think's happening here? For real, what do you think's happening here? What do you think these files are? Pretty strange that they're sending me emails with just question marks. If you don't have time to put a subject in the subject box and write an email, I'm not going to open it up at all. And the same thing with comments. If you can't punctuate, or if it just says, they're beaming my brain right now, or some shit like that, I'm going to remove it. And that's another thing. People are trying to say that it's being censored. YouTube is censoring all kinds of shit. Not to mention, as soon as my videos go up, they get hit by 20, 30 porn site linked comments that immediately go into my YouTube jail. Or else there'll be porn all over my fucking channel. But yeah, Clara Luna making comments on Emily Moyer's channel and yet trying to send me emails with files in them. So, these people are not good at what they do. Some people want to talk about the science of this, but they don't want to talk about the facts of the videos that I show. Like this video, I showed you that I got a lot of what happened correct without knowing anything in the some totally random incident in DC. I got a lot of that info correct just from listening to the audio that was in there. And that's not the first time that that's happened. I want to show you something. I've done a lot of audio analysis for people, and a lot of it I've done without knowing anything about the person or what is going on. And I had to black out a lot of this because I'm not giving people's personal information and other facts away. But in this email to somebody who I was analyzing audio for, I tell them that then it says something about Kathy or Kathy with a K. And right after that, I get an email back from them that said, okay, Kathy's my ex-wife's name. So that's not the first time this has happened. I've gone through lots of audio in the past and found facts that have to do with what is going on with that person. Now, does that mean that these people have anything to do with it? Absolutely not. All I'm telling them is that the AI is chattering back these people's names. So in this one, I told a person that some of the keynotes that I found while listening to this talk of someone named Brandon. And in this email, it said, as you can imagine, blah, 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 talking about something else. It says, so it's crazy you come up with the name Brandon because that's his name. And what he's saying is this guy is somebody close to the family or was close to the family. So the AI is trying to convince this person that this Brandon has something to do with it if the person hears that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not the first time that's happened. This is just a couple examples, but this has happened many, many times where I'm listening to the audio and somehow I can pull out these Nostradamus facts out of the audio that are reality. I find that very strange. If you have a problem with what is being done here, just start your own channel. And if you don't have the guts to do that, then that's nobody else's problem. But I'm not going to sit here and waste my time debating with people that don't even have the guts to stand up and do their own thing. You know, these people are coming here and attacking this kind of stuff because they can't attack anything else. You know, they're saying, you're not doing anything to stop it. You're not doing enough to stop it. And I did, and I have done. And, you know, if you go to channels like How to Survive Electronic Harassment, they have a channel that is good. Robert Christensen used to have a channel, but I think he pulled all his videos down. And both of them talk about how this particle expulsion treatment worked for them completely and get on with your life. The good thing about How to Survive Electronic Harassment's channel is that they go into the fact that it's not comfortable. It gets worse at first. There's a detox effect, and you have to deal with it. Everything can't be painless and handed to you on a silver platter. You know, you have to want to do this and change it. And people want to get caught up in tying you up in asking the same questions and the same things over and over again, or attacking the same things over and over again. And it's just ridiculous. It's just gotten ridiculous. It's a way to keep you from talking about the matter at hand and just keeping you repeating things. I know that because I've studied Defense Force style posters that do that intentionally and talk about it. So if you're talking about this all the time, you're not talking about this. And that is what they say. That is what they say, and that is what they do. And they do it. Here's a typical comment where they tell me that I don't know how it's really done and I don't know what's really happening. Well, look, if I don't know what's really happening, then you start a channel and you show these people what is really going on. That's what you need to do. Be brave. But they won't. They just want to come here and shit on it because that's not their intention. Their intention is not to help. And I'm noticing a lot of these people are just hell-bent on tearing everything down, and that is their intent. This person assumes that I'm an atheist without knowing anything about my religious ideas, which are totally my business, not YouTube's business, but they assume that I'm an atheist, right? And they say, your atheism is your blind spot, but it's your saving grace and why you are still allowed breath still. So they're saying that the only reason that I'm alive is because I'm an atheist, or because they assume that I'm an atheist. And they're saying that my videos give them that Gray State vibe. Gray State was talking about fucking microchips and shit, dude. He wasn't with the now. He was still talking about microchips. His wife was hit with voice of God weapons and actually heard voices while she was reading to her daughter, and all over the house. They thought they were under demonic attack. I am nothing like Gray State, unless you're trying to say that I'm going to get wiped out like Gray State, and that's some kind of, message. Another tactic these spooks are using is not letting any humorous video stay humorous. Some of these videos are not serious at all, but underneath it, they'll start asking serious questions, or what they'll do is they'll say, they have microwave cannons set up all around my house right now, and they're beaming me with it. What do I do? And shit like that. I immediately remove it. So if it has nothing to do with the video, or if it just is just this randomized shit, take away from the cause or make it look maniacally crazy when it's in jest, I will totally remove it because it's bullshit. It doesn't belong there. It has nothing to do with the video. This is from the video that I did about the bullseye shapes in people's eyes that people are seeing, especially when you look in the sky, or you can see it when you angle your eyeball at a traditional microscope on a certain angle so that it reflects back. Or if you use a jeweler's loupe at a certain angle, you can see it reflect back. And Linda comes and says, we are contaminated with all sports. I think she means sorts. Sports of parasite. And she says, and these are their eggs. She says, the light flashes that you see are the cell divising taking place. Just cleanse yourself with MMS, CDS, or Hulda Clark. Or just live with it and don't make everybody afraid of everything. For one, I don't make everybody afraid of anything. Two, if you're going to write a comment, you better write it out and take the time to write it out so it doesn't say with all sports of parasite or cell divising taking place. And this person or this bot or whatever this is just trying to blame flashes of light that you see on cell division. No, dude, this is bullshit, but it's funny, so I save it. I wanted to share some of my favorite comments as of late with you. And that's it for now. Look out for Charlie. That's it for now. Look out for Charlie.
Oh man, I like this kid. This fucking guy's crazy.
Look out for Charlie.
I want that son of a bitch dead. I want him dead.